interesting dilemma we've got. One of you, when we were talking about atomic mass, mentioned that those masses aren't just straight up masses. They're averages. They're weighted averages. Good job. So, in 7th grade and in 9th grade, when you work with these things, I'm guessing that you rounded that to the nearest whole number, correct? Okay. That's a very valid way to do it in 7th grade or 9th grade. It's not valid here. We don't do that anymore. Very often, that nearest whole number is the most common isotope. However, there are cases where that is not true. So I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. I think, what's the atomic mass given for cobalt? 58 something? 58.93. And I believe, if I'm correct, that in cobalt there is no cobalt 59. I believe there's a cobalt 58 and a cobalt 60. I'd have to check that. But there are a few like that, where there isn't an isotope of every number. You know, there may be some that are spread pretty far apart. There are some elements that have got 4 or 5 common isotopes. And, you know, in varying degrees of varying percentages. So I've got a piece of copper here in front of me. I'm going to see if I can get my little copper ring held up to the camera. There it is. So this is a little piece of copper that was cut off a piece of pipe in physics. And what I'm going to tell you is, what's the atomic mass of copper that's given in the periodic table? 63.55? Okay, 63.546. There are 2 common isotopes of copper, copper 63 and copper 65. This piece of copper that I have, I'll hold it right in front of the camera for this. This piece of copper is going to be comprised of some percentage of atoms of copper 63 and some percentage of atoms of copper 65. They're mixed in there. It's not all one thing. All the copper in the world is going to be distributed between a mixture of those 2 isotopes. Now, there's a usual percentage of those 2 isotopes that we see occur in nature. Have you done weighted averages in math yet? Yeah. Okay. We are going to see how we figure out the average mass of copper. So we'll stop the video here and we'll go to the board.